Hey there, in this video I'm going to show you how to create your own branded template that you can use over and over again. And this is going to really help you speed up your production time when it comes to creating social media posts, because you're going to have all your branded fonts and colors already in place. So what you want to do is pick a template. I'm just going to use this one right here, the social media size template here. But this will work for anything. So if you create a lot of Facebook posts, you might want to go over here. Or if you scroll this way, there's a Pinterest graphic. So whatever it is that you're using a lot of, you probably want to create a template for yourself to use that looks consistent with your brand. Okay, so let's click on this. And by default, it's going to give you a white working space to work with, and then it's going to default to the templates. We're not going to work with any of this right now. We're going to create our own. So what I want to do first off is create a background that matches my brand colors. So in order to do that, I'm just going to click anywhere in this workspace here to make sure it's activated. And then I'm going to color this background. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click up here, and you'll see that it is keying me up for the background color, so I know I'm in the right place. I'm going to tap on that, and these are my brand colors. I'm going to use this light teal color as my background. In order to color this part of the graphic, I just need to tap on it, and it automatically pours the color in there for me. And then I'm just going to tap off to the side to clear this part of the screen. So we'll just tap there. Now what I want to do is I want to add some text in here, because with any image or anything that I'm going to add into this template, I know I'm going to put some text overlay on it. So to do that, all I'm going to do to bring up a text box is to type the letter T on my keyboard, and it just drops a text box there. It's already highlighted for me, which is great, because what I want to do is I want to change the font, and I also want to change the color. So let's change the color first, since everything's highlighted. And to do that, all I'm going to do is click on the letter A up here, and it's going to give me a little drop down. And I'm going to go for my darker color, teal. And I'm going to tap on that, and you can see it changed the color. And so then I'm going to just tap anywhere just to clear that. So I really don't want it to say your paragraph text here. I'm just going to highlight all of this and change that to say insert text here, so I know what to do. Now this is not my brand font that I want to use, so I'm going to highlight all of that. I'm going to go over to this here, and this is a drop-down menu to all the fonts available in Canva. And I'm going to scroll until I find a font that I want to use on a regular basis consistently throughout my social media posts. And I like this Barlow. So I'm going to use Barlow Medium. Let's use that. So it's a little different. So I got that. Great. So I'm all set here. Now what I want to do is I want to insert another text box, because I want to put some highlight text in there. So I'm going to hit the letter T again. It brings up another text box, and it kind of drops it right on top. So what I want to do is go ahead and move that. So I'm going to activate that text box and wait till my cursor turns to a crosshair. And when you see that crosshair, that means it's ready to move. So we'll just move it down there. And I'm going to type in here, I'm going to change this one to say insert highlight text here. Perfect. So it's a highlight text, so I wanted a different color. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of that and change my color by clicking on the A tool. And this time I'm going to use a highlight color of this burgundy. So I'm going to just tap on that. And I'm going to just tap somewhere in my document to clear everything. And it looks good, but now I need some sort of text to jazz it up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight everything. Go over to the font tool. That, and then a whole bunch of stuff is going to come up. I actually know which one I want to use, so I can search for a font. So I'm going to go ahead in the search bar right here and type in Yellowtail, because that's the one that I want to use. Put that there, and it changes it. I need it to be a little bit bigger because it's a little hard to read, so I'm going to highlight everything there, and I'm going to drop down my font size menu bar, and let's try 32 perfect. I want it all on one line. So what I'm going to do is pull these handlebars until it all goes on one line. Now again, I just want to size it up position it in the middle. So I'm going to change that to a crosshair. And when my smart guide comes up, I know that it's in the middle. Now I think I should add my logo. And if you haven't done this yet, I'm going to show you how to do it. So you're going to go over to the Uploads folder, tap on that, and you see I have my logos in here. The way to get your logo in here is all you have to do is hit upload a message or upload a image, and just go to whatever folder your logos are stored in, click on it, and it will upload it into this little box here. My recommendation is you use a logo with a clear background. You can see this one's a clear background and this is a white background. I'm going to show you the difference and why it makes a difference. If I put just the white one on there, I'm going to shrink it down. It just looks like I've pasted something on there. It doesn't look really professional. It doesn't look as if it's part of the overall design. So I don't like that. So I'm going to hit delete, take that out. This one's on a clear background and it just kind of blends in with the overall design. Obviously it's too big. So what I would do here is grab a corner. Do not grab a handlebar because this will actually crop the image. It won't size it. So watch what happens. That's not what I want to accomplish, right? So I'm going to hit undo. This is where I want to size it. Just by dragging the corner and pulling it down, it keeps it in proportion. And I'm going to do something subtle like that. I kind of want it in the middle of my design. So I'm going to drag it. I'm going to click and drag it until I get a smart guide that shows it right in the middle of my design and within the square. So now I have a template that I can come to every time I want to create some sort of a social media post. And what I can do, and we'll do this in another training, I'll show you how to add images, how to position images, and how to position text and things like that. But I wanted you just to get a good handle on how to create that one basic piece that you'll go to time and time again. Now, before we leave, we need to name this. So we're going to go up here, and it just picks up the last text that the first text that you ever put on this template, and it happened to be that paragraph box that we pulled in. So it says your paragraph text. So we don't want it to say that. We're going to call it social media template. And then I'm going to put in parentheses Instagram because this is sized perfectly for Instagram. Then I'm going to just click in my document. So everything's there. Canva saves like every 5 to 10 seconds. I don't know what the exact time is, but just to make sure that all my changes have been saved before we leave here, I'm just going to click on the word file. It'll tell me all my changes are saved, but I'll just give it another save just in case. And that's all it takes. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the home button over here. And when you get here, you're going to see all your designs down here. What I recommend you do before you look for that design is actually reload the page, and then it'll pull up the last design you worked on, which is right here. So every time you log into Canva, you'll see it sitting somewhere on this panel. So when you come here, what I recommend you do is hovering over the design you're going to use, click on those 3 dots and select make a copy. Now what you can do is double click on the copy. And when you get in there, you're going to name it whatever file name you're going to use for this post. And my recommendation is I like naming it the date that I'm actually going to post it on social media. And this works really well if you're batching ahead of time. So let's say the next date is going to be Monday, February. I don't know what the date is on Monday. It's the 25th. 19. So now I know that this post is meant for that day. It's just an easy way for me to remember. But name it whatever you want. So now you can make all sorts of edits to this, and you will still have, go over here, you will still have your main template here, but now you've got Monday's post here. That's it for this training video.